Welcome, Vape Fam. This is Joe of All Vapes, your vaping eye in the sky, bringing you some of the latest and greatest products out on the vaping market today. We are talking Quantun Sauce. This is a really top, solid quality company. One of those companies that I think are just a little bit underrated for the quality of juice that they have, especially for the amount that they cover. So these guys can be found social media-wise both on Facebook and Instagram, specifically Instagram. 5 signature flavors that they've created, and these ones really surprised me, to be perfectly honest with you. A lot of the newer companies, or some of the companies that just don't have as much hype as some of the other ones, really pleasantly surprise my palate. You know what I mean? There's a lot of great companies out there that I think are just very, very underrated because they weren't grandfathered in about 5 to 6 years ago with a lot of the other top quality, upper echelon companies, if you will. But I really, really like it when some of these guys get a hold of me, you know, Joe, can you give us a review and just give us a little bit of extra exposure, which of course I'm willing to do for any company, especially if they put the pride and the passion and the time behind trying to come up with a product that they convey as high quality. But it's my taste buds, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to pick this apart in typical Joe of All Vapes fashion. I'm going to read the description off to you, and then we're going to deliberate on the flavors together. So Wormhole is the first flavor, and that's a succulent mango enveloped in an interstellar cream. And this is the Fat Boy right here. These are 50 milliliter bottles. I really dig the labels. Little bit hard to catch in some of the bright sunlight going on right here, but 50 milliliters. That's what they sell these guys in, and that's pretty untypical for, you know, most of the time you're either going to get it in, you know, 10, 15, 30, or 60, even 100, but the 50, I think it's a really, really solid amount of e-juice. You know, I mean, you're not going to go through this anytime soon. And the cool thing is you got one of those itty bitty, teensy, tiny, little awesome unicorn tipped bottles. I love, absolutely love these. Makes it so much easier for dripping and especially filling tanks. But the VG to PG on this one is very unique. It's 8713. Dripper's Delight right there, and that's pretty unique percentage values right there, which shows me that they're about as anal as I am and making sure that they get everything straight up across. So like I said, succulent mango enveloped in a cream. This one was really, really tasty. I love a good mango, very good tropical fruit. The mango on this was spot on. The cream was very, very delicate. Bet you haven't heard me say that before, but it was very creamy, fairly sweet, but just a really good cream. It was a solid base, so it kept everything nice and happy. Good binary vape. Got the mango was fairly sweet and strong and evident on the inhale, while the cream was definitely just a little bit present on the inhale, but more so on the exhale. I was really surprised with this stuff. Now, a lot of the time, I think we're just set in that stigma that if we find something that's in a plastic bottle, it's not going to be as good as if it's in a glass bottle, right? Well, I mean, that stigma has pretty much, you know, been shoved into us as far as just professionalism. And I will admit, sometimes a glass bottle can make the difference. But first of all, plastic, heck of a lot cheaper for one, and it doesn't mean you can't put the same amount of quality in a plastic bottle. That's basically just right where it draws the line. This stuff was really, really tasty. Very, very good mango, kind of a play on the typical peaches and cream, but the mango and cream was really, really solid. I was very happy with this flavor. If you guys love mango, the dessert vapors, as well as some of the breakfast vapors out there, you guys are going to love this one. It's very on par, spot on. The next flavor is Entropy. And the Entropy is elegant peach infused with an incredibly refined yogurt. So once again, a play on the typical kind of peaches and cream, but they're replacing the cream with a yogurt. So what are the flavor differences between the two? Now, yogurt, as we know, is a little bit more bitter in flavor because of the cultures in it. You know, it is what it is. But it also has kind of a unique creamy consistency, but more decadent, richer and thicker, a little bit more earthy to it. So playing with just the sweetness and the lightness of the peach itself sort of brought it up and made it just a little bit more rich and deep in flavor. But it really amplified the peach because of that. Typically, if you would have combined it with just a standard creamy flavor, kind of like the mangoes and cream, it would have brought it to something just very light and airy. But mango, as far as the Wormhole is concerned, mango is a deeper, richer flavor than peach. So I think they paired this one very, very well. The Entropy was, like I say, just a play on the typical peaches and cream, just a different concept, and I think they did very, very well with it. It came across really awesomely. The third flavor is the Absolute Zero, and that is a dimensional blend of milk chocolate, caramel, and peanut butter folded into a cosmic vanilla ice cream. This one was very, very decent. It was awesomely spot on. The blends in the mixology were very, very true to profile. So far, the flavors are solid, betting a 3 out of 3 right here. On the inhale, you get that rich, deep, sweet chocolate flavor, more of a milk chocolate than a dark chocolate. So it was very, very tasty, not too deep, and it didn't punch out the peanut butter very well. The peanut butter was fairly evident. That was a little bit more just kind of airy and lighter in flavor. So kind of like just a creamier taste to the peanut butter. Now you throw that in with some caramel, which was basically the second flavor present. Very buttery, very sweet. Definitely the glue that binded everything together, and the vanilla was something that came out totally on the exhale. This was definitely my favorite out of the 5 flavors. The Absolute Zero was a combination of tastes and flavors that typically you don't see necessarily too often mixed all together. But I think it was a gamble with the vanilla ice cream flavor. That could have gone one way or the other. Sometimes vanilla and chocolate ice cream, or chocolate and vanilla, the flavors in itself, can sometimes drown each other out. But I think they blended this one perfectly. The vanilla was just enough to bring everything up on the back end and give you a nice fresh exhale, sort of cleansing your palate with every inhale. You know what I'm saying? Really, really solid stuff. So the next flavor is Photon. Boom. Bling on every single one of these bottles, man. I love the bling on these labels. That is a collision of bright guava, mellow watermelon, followed with a crisp apple finish. So the guava is an exotic fruit, very tropical but very exotic. So not something typically that our taste buds are used to. Now with a little bit of watermelon thrown in there, you got something just very familiar and very comforting, good for a nice sunny day, and then that crisp apple definitely comes up on the back end. Very, very light in flavor, but still kind of tart. Fairly present. So we're getting more into just kind of like fruit medley going on in this one. The last flavor is really going to exemplify where I'm going with this. But this one was a really unique twist on some flavors here. As opposed to the mango, where the mango is a deeper, more rich flavor, guava has more of a light, very just kind of an airy taste to it. Similar to strawberry, but exotic enough to be just kind of totally something different on your taste buds. So you throw in that sweet, refreshing watermelon with just a tinge of crisp apple to make it kind of that down-home flavor. It was a really, really good, light, airy taste to it. Very much a palate cleanser. So I would vape this one in between a lot of the deeper, rich dessert flavors that I typically love. I loved this flavor. It was really, really good. 4 out of 4 so far, but I'm not done. The last flavor present is Relativity. Bling on the label once again. And this is your typical more kind of a fruit salad kind of a vape. Celestial combination of ripe strawberry, magnificent mango, sweet orange, and palatable peach. So my taste buds, very discerning as they are, were able to pick apart pretty much everything that was in here. Got a little bit of mango from the wormhole, got a little bit of peach from the Entropy. The strawberry was very, very present as well, and the orange was sort of kind of like that bright, happy taste that exploded in your mouth and just made every other flavor really come out very solidly. And a lot of the time, that's what citrus flavors will do. You can taste them in the back end, but they'll just push all the other flavors that are lighter up just a little bit heavier, and that's exactly what it did. It was a very, very bright and happy combination. Typically, I don't much go for the, a lot of the fruity vapes, especially the singular fruity vapes. But this one was blended very, very well. And once again, quirky VG to PG ratio, 81:19. All these are working kind of unique VG to PG ratios. This one is an 80:20 on the Photon. Let's see, 81:19 on the Absolute Zero, and 85:15 on the Entropy. So high VG we're working with, max VG, so that's the Dripper's Delight on all of these. But Quantun Sauce, Obviously has some really solid stuff here. Very impressed with the quality of the juice. I don't know if steeping it as long as I have would have made it any better or not, but here's what I want you guys to do. Definitely go on to Quantun Sauce on Instagram. Check these guys out. For a 50 milliliter bottle, you're going to be able to get it in 0, 3, and 6 milligrams for a mere $20.99. So for about 21 bucks, you're getting a 50 milliliter bottle with an awesome, boom, little drip tip. Makes it easy for the drippers and easier for the sub-ohms. Typically, that kind of a price only goes for the glass bottles at 30 milliliters. So you're getting a massive, decent retail value on this. Give these guys some love. This is an underrated company that should have a heck of a lot more than a mere 3,000 followers on their Instagram page. But they're also on Facebook. Check them out on Facebook as well. Tell them that Joe of All Vapes sent you. Follow them. Check out their pictures. Definitely try this stuff out. I'm going to put all the information in the description below. If you have any questions on this company, definitely ask me or DM them and say, hey guys, I want some Quantun Sauce at my local vape shop. You know what I'm saying? But pick it up for yourself, guys. This is really good, and I think this company deserves some props. So thank you, Quantun Sauce, for sticking it through with Joe of All Vapes. And I want the rest of you guys to check these guys out as too. If you dig this review, spread the word here. Joe of All Vapes on YouTube. Your support is what makes me be able to do what I can do. And speaking of what I'm going to do, I've got that 10,000 follower giveaway from Instagram. It's going to be done and ready by the end of this month, June of 2016. You guys are going to love this giveaway. It's something massive. Keep an eye out on each and every one of my posts. Please click that little follow post notification on the upper right hand of my bio on Instagram so you can make sure and get some of the best discounts, anywhere from 10 to 25% off some of my sponsors' products. And these are the greatest guys, man. You guys know I only support some of the greatest companies and align with the companies that mean the most to me and the vaping community, because their mission is solid and their product is high quality. You know what I mean? So this is Joe of All Vapes, your eye in the vaping sky, wishing you all a lovely day, and you keep it cloudy.